What's up? Today we're looking at review data for the MorningStar Farms original sausage patties. Americans have loved these things since 1975. Then something changed. What happened and how did customers react? Hi, I'm Matt Vance, the Director of Data and Analytics at REVIEWS.ai. In this case study, I will show you how product developers, brand managers, and all e-commerce professionals can quickly discover and reliably identify product dissatisfaction by analyzing reviews. This approach works and protects sales and product reputation. You'll see the impact of ignoring review data and the costly long-term consequences. The steps for you to follow are easy. I've been doing this for years. In fact, I've managed over 2,000 product listings in the past decade and have used this same approach to capture millions in new sales, prevent millions of lost sales, and enhance customer experiences. I'll show you how to find valuable insights in review data for any product, just like we will do with these sausage patties. Discovering the problem. To start, go to reviews.ai and click sign in. We're going to log in here, and that'll take us to the home dashboard. If you don't have a reviews.ai account, you can get a demo account for free and evaluate up to 3 of your own products. Click I'm interested in a demo, fill out the info, and a member of our team will reach out to get you free access. And if you'd like to go through one of your own products with us, we're happy to do that as well. So once we log in, we can see all the different products that I have in this account. We're going to start by going to reports, graphs, and charts. When you first set up your account, you'll add your product info here, including the URLs to the different places where your product is listed. The tool then aggregates all your review data across the different places where it's sold and puts it in this report here. Once your product info is added, you can come to the graphs and charts like we are, and you can customize what you want to look at based on the retail sites where a product is listed, the brands, tags, categories, and in this case, we're going to look at the MorningStar Farms original sausage patties. We've got our time frame selected, and we're going to click Create on our report. For our sausage patties, we're pulling in review data from Amazon.com and Target.com. And each of these blue bars shows the average rating of reviews received that month, and then the orange line shows us our trending average across all reviews. If I were an analyst for MorningStar Farms, this downward review trend would be highly concerning. I'd be asking myself, why did ratings drop 2 stars in 4 months? And with that question in mind, the investigation would begin. I'd first want to rule out if this issue was isolated to one specific retailer. So I'd first look at Amazon.com, click Create, and this would show the same information for just Amazon. It looks like there's definitely a downward trend right here. And we do the same thing by looking at Target. We'd pull up Target right here, click Create, and yes, indeed, it looks like it's pulling down. The ratings are going down on both sites. We've confirmed that ratings dropped both on Amazon and on Target, so we're going to deselect Target from our report and click Create. Now we're back at the aggregated results. We're seeing Amazon and Target results combined. We're going to scroll down here to the rating distribution and see the volume of reviews coming in per month. For the several months preceding this downward trend, there were few reviews coming in, and they're mostly green, meaning mostly positive. Then in June, the same month as the ratings started dropping right here, there's June, we can see that there's an uptick in negative reviews, huge skyrocket in volume that continues for the next 4 months. In a matter of minutes, we've discovered a critical problem for these sausage patties. We've confirmed that ratings dropped 2 stars in 4 months, that this is a product level issue, not a retail specific problem. Doing some quick math, that huge spike in reviews that we saw is actually 1,364%. And the average star rating of those new reviews for that same time period was 1.5 stars. As an e-commerce professional, you know reviews are a strong indicator of customer satisfaction. You also know that reviews directly impact sales for better or worse. In fact, in my personal experience, I've seen sales double when going from 4.2 stars to 4.3 stars. Now that's because on certain channels, a 4.2 rounds down to a displayed 4-star, and a 4.3 rounds up to 4.5 stars. For the veggie sausages, we saw ratings drop 2 full stars. That definitely impacted sales, and now we want to know why. Why have customers not been satisfied these past 4 months? Identifying the problem. All right. Now that we've discovered a negative review trend and that trend indicates a product level issue, we want to know what consumers are saying. Why have they not been satisfied? So we're going to go up here to the reports and we're going to click on Word Analytics. On Word Analytics, we have our date range selected, and we'll go over here to click on our product, MorningStar Farms Original Sausage Patties, and click Create. Bingo! The tool systematically tallies all positive and negative mentions in reviews for this time frame for all the retail channels we've selected, in this case for Amazon and Target. Right away, we see the word recipe is coming up 450 times in negative reviews. We'll go ahead and click on that, and that will open up the word tree graph where we see the word recipe is coming up in 65% of all negative reviews for this date range. Now I know what some of you may be thinking. Oh great, another one of those word clouds that tells us stuff without any actionable direction. Knowledge. Why is this word tree so much more helpful than a word cloud? Because it has roots and branches. See what I did there? But really, check this out. We turn the tree on its side, we put the keyword recipe in the middle, and then we see preceding phrases that feed into that keyword before and phrases that follow after. Back on the word tree, we see preceding words and following words are weighted based on the frequency of appearing directly before or after the keyword recipe. Let's go ahead and click this little icon here. That's going to anchor the keyword recipe so we can explore preceding phrases. Rather than reading all 289 negative reviews mentioning the word recipe, we'll explore these keywords and see what we can find. The new recipe. They changed the recipe. Please go back to the original recipe. Please go back to the original recipe. Please bring back the old recipe. Literally that fast, we notice customers talking about a new recipe and asking for the old recipe to come back. Let's now click on this icon here so we can anchor the keyword recipe and explore phrases that come after. Let's see what we can find. Recipe is terrible, inedible, awful, horrible. Recipe has changed and I do not like the new flavor. Recipe has completely turned us off to them. Recipe has been changed. Recipe has ruined these sausages. Recipe changed and I hate them now. Recipe changed and I noticed it immediately. Just that easy. We navigated 289 negative reviews for the word recipe and found customers saying it's awful, horrible, terrible, inedible, and that they noticed a change immediately. That was insightful. Let's check another keyword. Since a lot of the mentions about recipe also mentioned taste, let's click into that. The keyword taste is appearing in 48% of all negative reviews. Let's go ahead and explore what people are saying. New taste is, let's go ahead and anchor forward. Taste and texture are awful. Taste like nothing now. Taste like wet cardboard. Tastes like chemicals. Belongs with eggs and toast. Okay, good. Tastes like greasy cardboard. Interesting. Tastes like tomatoes and are mushy. Taste is horrible, awful, different, much worse. So far, the review data has revealed customers noticed a new recipe and that they didn't like it. But can we find what specifically changed? I explored some of the other keywords and eventually ended up here, vegan. Clicking into the word vegan, we see the word tree and instantly find new vegan recipe. Let's go ahead and anchor forward. Vegan recipe is disgusting in both texture and flavor. Nothing like the original. Is beyond disappointing. Has resulted in mushy, tasteless product. And don't want to change back and miss the vegetarian recipe I've loved for years. Based on the review data for this product, it appears they changed the Veggie original sausage patties to a vegan recipe. We've got one more keyword to check. Let's click on years. Opening up our word tree and anchoring the keyword years, We see people have been eating this thing for a long time. My whole family of meat eaters has preferred these for almost 30 years. I've been eating this for over 30 years. I've been eating these sausage daily for about 30 years. And if we anchor this way, we can see what's going on this side. Years and loved them, but now they taste awful. Years and I ate them every day. Have never tasted something this terrible until now. Am done with your new patty. Never thought I'd stop buying sausage patties, but looks like this is the end for me. With a few simple keyword searches, we reliably analyzed hundreds of consumer reviews and confirmed customers noticed a recipe change. Customers do not like the new recipe. The vegetarian recipe appears to now be vegan, and long-term customers now aren't buying. We've learned a lot about these sausage patties. Now we want to share what we've learned with the product development team and other relevant stakeholders. So we'll get the PDF download of the graphs and charts and screenshots of our keyword searches and put it in an email. Whether you're in product development, marketing, or sales, you know customer satisfaction impacts sales. Review data helps identify opportunities and threats to customer satisfaction. Now we want to know, what was the impact of the recipe change? The impact. The review data suggests the recipe changed. But did the recipe actually change? Yes, after some research, I confirmed that MorningStar changed the original veggie sausage recipe. I did some digging and put together this timeline of events confirming what happened. March of 2019, Forbes announced the recipe change from vegetarian to vegan. I gotta share this quote from the article. Many of its products weren't vegan because they're made with eggs, but that's changing. Yep. The brand is phasing in new vegan versions of its products, and by 2021, all 49 of its retail products and the 26 items it sells into food service channels will be vegan. To be sure this included the sausage patties, I kept reading and found this. Next to change will be the brand's crumbles, and then the breakfast items including the popular sausage patties. June 2021, the new vegan recipe launched and complaints became evident in the reviews. The very next month, Reddit responded. What did the Redditors have to say? I gather they changed it to be vegan. The new patties are so gross. If you're as upset as me about the change, go to Morningstar's breakfast sausage products page to see the most recent reviews. They're all bad. There's something nice knowing the sadness is shared. I hope someone in product development is listening. I loved them before the change and now can't stand them. Thanks, Snow Saint 63. 6 months later, January 2022, a change.org petition was started to request reverting back to the original vegetarian recipe. The petition has over 250 signatures, and if we scroll down, customers deserve to be heard and acknowledged. Since we know the company changed the recipe, I was curious if the product listing had also been changed. Here's a screenshot of the Amazon product listing as of this month, and if you've heard of the Wayback Machine, it's a really cool tool where you can look at previously archived web pages from the past, and I found the same product listing from 2 years ago in 2020. Now, if we zoom in on these couple sentences, we confirm the brand changed the listing. Morningstar Farms original sausage patties are sure to please vegans and meat lovers alike. And then the old version before the recipe change, Morningstar Farms original sausage patties are sure to delight vegetarians and meat lovers alike. According to Amazon policy, you cannot use an existing listing for a new version of a product. This likely includes a new recipe. This is likely why the product is showing currently unavailable on Amazon. If you notice the high number of ratings and stellar reviews, you might have been confused and thought, what happened? I thought the recipe changed and no one likes it. There's an answer for this. Going back to graphs and charts, I selected the date range from when the new recipe launched in June 2021 until now. Scrolling down, we look at the average ratings by site. Amazon has only received 38 reviews in this entire time frame, which is over a year, and it's averaged 2.97 stars. Target has received 1,804 reviews, averaging 3.06 stars. So we see Amazon basically was throttled. New reviews weren't coming in, likely because the listing was turned off. Side note, that's super fortunate for the brand. If they can revert back to the old recipe, it's possible that they can reinstate the Amazon listing with great reviews. Changing the recipe of these original veggie sausage patties to vegan had a significant impact. It triggered hundreds of negative reviews, negative content on social media, decreased brand loyalty, and lost sales. Now we want to know, how did the brand respond? The brand's response. To see how the brand responded, we're going back to where we started on graphs and charts. We've got our old date range selected, but now we're going to add a year past the event and then see what we can find. Remember, the blue bars show the average rating for reviews received that month, and the orange line shows our trend of all ratings. This downward trend should look familiar. Right here is June 2021 when the recipe launched, and we see that's when all the negative reviews started coming in. But what is this about? How are we getting such higher reviews back to the pre-recipe change normal? And it looks like the trend line, we were averaging around 4.37, and then it dipped all the way down to 2.08, and then it was able to climb back up to 3.1. If we want to see the volume of reviews, we go down here to rating distribution. We can see very few reviews came in before the recipe changed. Here's June 2021. We see that huge spike in negative reviews, and then holy cow, a huge spike in positive reviews, and then it comes back down to almost pre-recipe change volume of reviews. Once again, using graphs and charts, we discovered another trend, this huge spike in positive reviews. Following the same pattern we did at the very beginning, we're going back up here to Word Analytics to see if we can identify what happened. On Word Analytics, I have our date range selected here for when the positive reviews came in, January of 2022 through May of 2022. We'll click our product, the original veggie sausage patties, click Create. Just as we did before, we can explore any of these keywords, but this time we're interested in looking at the positive reviews. Naturally, we'll look at the number one most mentioned keyword, part, which is an interesting word. So we'll click on that. Scrolling down, we open up our word tree and we read, this review was collected as part of a promotion. The word part showing up in 94% of all positive reviews for this time frame. So let's go ahead and click on promotion. That'll open up our word cloud. This review was collected as part of a promotion. Now notice there's no branches or roots. That's because there were 798 positive reviews with this precise exact phrase. Looking into it further, I headed over to Target and found the product listing and saw these reviews here. This review was collected as part of a promotion. This review was collected as part of a promotion. Each of these is tagged originally posted on Ripple Street, a service that helps collect incentivized reviews. And you can see there's a lot of them. I'd like to call attention to something. The FTC, Federal Trade Commission, specifically requires that material connections must be disclosed between an endorser and an advertiser. This holds true for reviews. So if something is given away for free, like a product, and then it's requested that a review is posted in exchange, it must disclose this fact just like these reviews. For some channels like Amazon, even though this is FTC compliant, it is against their terms of service and reviews like this are not allowed. No reviews like this were found on Amazon. This opens up the question, are incentivized reviews a good idea? Well, yes, they can be where allowed with limits. For example, for a new product launch. It can be good to request a good handful of reviews for a brand new product so shoppers can see what that experience is like. But it's typically not a good idea to try to fix a product that has a long history of negative feedback with incentivized reviews. Why would that be? Well, people notice. On the change.org petition to bring back the original recipe, I found this update. MorningStar is now actively flooding their website with hundreds and hundreds of paid fake reviews to boost their ratings instead of just listening to the bad reviews. The reviews we found on Target are actually the same reviews from MorningStar Farms' website because MorningStar syndicates or shares their reviews, including the promotional reviews collected with Ripple Street. I also found negative reviews being posted in spite of the promotional reviews, like this 1-star from Jack. Look at all these incentivized reviews, and other reviews like these with customers pleading for the company to listen. Why was it probably not the best idea to solicit all of these promotional reviews? Well, that's addressing the symptom instead of the problem. Reviews should be a reflection of reality, an image of the true experience a product delivers. That's where magic happens. And it seems the brand was focused on fixing the reviews in order to fix sales. Review data tells us the whole story. I put together this summary so we can see how it fits together. Here we have before the recipe changed, we were averaging 8 reviews per month at 4.24 stars. Then the recipe changed in June of 2021, and we see the huge spike of negative reviews. That time frame we were averaging 116 reviews per month at an average of 1.5 stars. Then we saw the promotional reviews hit starting in January 2022, with review volumes doubling from the time when the recipe initially changed, with star ratings at 4.44 stars. After the promotion, we saw review volumes drop way back down, with star ratings around 3 stars. To this day, I have not found evidence to suggest that the recipe has been changed back to the original veggie sausage patty. But the question is still spinning in my mind. Will they change it back? Conclusion. We saw how reviews impact sales, for better or worse. We also saw how review data can be used to identify opportunities and threats to your business. What are your customers telling you in reviews, and what will you do about it? To get a free look at one of your products with our team, visit reviews.ai and request a demo. I'm Matt Vance, Director of Data and Analytics at reviews.ai. I hope you enjoyed this case study. For more case studies like this and other helpful review data insights, follow me and reviews.ai on LinkedIn. And check out my book, The Review Cycle, to learn the 4 proven steps to master your online reviews. Available on Amazon and barnesandnoble.com.